Now, am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir.
A few participants remains. They are about to come. Mr. Suresh Kumar and Srinivasan ji is about to come. Are about to come. Sorry. So we are waiting for them for 5 minutes only, 2 or 3 minutes just, and then we start our session. This session is going to be more interactive than previous one because we will study about the Seaborn package, uh, which is more interactive than the Matplotlib. Okay, so 1 minute more, then we start it. Thing. Don't come in that time. Mr. Prasant Sekharji, tell me about yourself. What are you doing? Your introduction little bit. Meanwhile, are you getting me, Mr. Prasant Sekhar? No. Then I have explained in the last session about the Seaborn little bit. Now we see how we code in the Seaborn library. Okay, uh, and we see the visualizations of that also. So let I share my screen. Just a moment. Just manage this script so it would be better. So let's we start the session, and I just share my screen with you. I think I am audible properly, and my screen is now on your window, and visualizing Seaborn is an open source. I have explained yesterday. It is the visualizing a statistical relationship we will see here. Okay, and good evening, Suresh Kumar ji. Good evening. We are little late today. And I explained this all thing yesterday. Just we start to plot the figures, and Seaborn were plotting and styling. Seaborn we are using for the plotting and styling. I have imported few libraries here for the NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib also, and Seaborn. And Seaborn I am taking allies as SN. Sometimes we take SB also. Seaborn, SN and SB. Whatever the allies you prefer, you could take. What does it mean? Can somebody explain me? Percent Matplotlib in line. What does it mean? I explained yesterday it. Yeah. Can someone explain me this thing? What does it mean? Percent Matplotlib percent. Yeah, Ujwal Sa. Can you explain me this? Hmm. Urmi, Sudipta, Suman, Prasant, Kshitij. I think nobody in the classroom.
So it will like whenever we have created the plot or anything, we do not have to explicitly type plot dot show or
Hmm.
figure dot show.
Correct.
It will, like, whenever we create anything and whenever we send that any command for that, it will automatically change with respect to the command.
Okay. Nice. You are right. If I don't write, if I don't take this keyword here, then what will happen? Whenever I have to show the plot, I have to write there PLT. We have taken the matplotlib dot show. Yeah, plot dot show. I have to write that thing. Okay, plot dot show. Then it will show the plot. Or every time I have to write this thing in every cell, and I don't want to write again and again this particular syntax because we want to save our time. Every programmer wants to save our time. So if one line syntax we uh, save, and then so many cells we are creating. So suppose we are creating to 20 cells, then 20 times you have to write plot dot show. If you run this in the first instance, in the first cell, with importing this library, then no need to write this thing again and again. Does that make sense to everyone? And it will show the plot. When you just write name the plot, then it will show it. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. So here I am just once giving you some, I'm defining a function here. I'm going to define a function. This is the sine plot, flip one. And I am taking numpy I have imported here. So before that, I would like to tell you one more thing. In the Seaborn, we have so many data sets. Okay. So here is one data set, which is the tips I am going to take. But if you want to know how many data sets are in the Seaborn library along with these functions, so you could write in this way. First, we import the Seaborn, and then you write print sn alias we have taken here for Seaborn, sn dot get dataset names. So when you run this, it will take little time, and it will give you the names of the data sets, whatever we have. So we have here anagrams, Anscombe, attention, brain network, car crashes, diamonds, dots, exercise, flights, family, gammas, geyser, iris, mile, mpg, penguins, planets, tips, Titanic. So you have these data sets along with Seaborn for practice. So here I am using tips, which is related to a restaurant. Okay. And here what I am importing numpy as NP. I will use later numpy, not here in this cell I am using numpy. I am not using even pandas. I am just using SN here. Okay, it means Seaborn. I am not using matplotlib here, but I have imported all together, so I don't have to write again and again these all libraries. Okay, so I have also mentioned %plotlib inline, which will show my plots uh, below the shell. And here what I am doing here, from here I am going to start. These are the importing the things, and here sn for the Seaborn dot load data set. We are going to load data sets. Which data set? Tips. I have explained you. And I want to see the head of these tips. So in the head, I will see 5 top observations of the data sets. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah. Okay, only one. Varun. Suresh Kumar ji, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I want once all should be active here. So I am asking this in between. Okay. Let's run this. And this is the total bill we have in the restaurant. And this is the tip. Thanks, Maria. This is the tip given by us, given by the customer. And this is a sex, female and male. Smoker, no, yes, whatever. They have taken cigarette or not there in the restaurant. Is the day, the Sunday, whatever we have, time and size.
Sir,
Yeah.
from where this data are coming?
It's the default data set of
It's in between tips.
it is the tips data set.
Okay.
So we are seeing we have given a name sn dot load data
Load
set,
data set,
tips, md name I have given the object name. So md dot head.
So when I'm calling the head of MD, which the data are coming from the tips.
So it will give us the 5 top observation. Does that make sense to you? Top 5 observations. Zero. The indexing starts
Okay,
from
sir.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I write the tail, so last 5 observations I will get. Okay. The 243 observations are total. Okay. So last 5 observations are this. Does that make sense to everyone? Is there any doubt?
No, sir, no doubts.
More things I want to show
Sir,
you.
sir, if we want to see the entire data set, then
Then you have to write down the MD. But it will not show you the whole data set. It will write in this way. Dash, dash, dash. Okay.
sir, if we want to read one of our personal data set, suppose in Excel format or .csv format, then what we have to do?
There is pandas library we will use. Read underscore CSV, read underscore Excel. I will explain. It was in our the Python 1, but I will explain if you want. Then I will explain it. Okay. Read underscore CSV. If it is in the CSV format, so I think it would be better you convert your data whatever in the Excel. In Excel there are many sheets. In Excel file you see 3 sheets are in default came. So whatever sheet you want to read, you convert them in the CSV format as save as, and then you read here, read underscore CSV, and then you write the name of that file. Does that make sense to you?
Thank you, sir.
No, you are.
Yes,
So
sir. Thank you.
you convert them in CSV. It's better, I think, because it takes very less space on the RAM. Because our
Yeah.
data, whenever we work in the Python on the R, our data lie on RAM only. Okay. So if you use Excel files, then it take more space in the RAM than CSV format. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So we have to use the CSV format. So here I want to md dot info. This is the information regarding my data set. It is the info. So this data set has 244 entries. It means entries means rows. Okay. Starting from 0 to 243. So if you include the 0 with 243, you will get 244. Does that make sense to you? And the total number of columns, we have 7 columns. Okay, I have shown to you in the past, previously I have seen that. And columns name are, if you want to see, the column names are this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. Indexing always starts from 0. First column is the total bill. Okay, and it is the float 64. It is a numeric basically. Tip is also numeric. Sex is a categorical, male and female. Smoker is a categorical, yes and no. Day is a categorical, Monday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, whatever. Time is a categorical, we have the day or night. Okay. Size is integer, 2%, 3%, 1%. Does that make sense to everyone? It also uses, the memory uses 7.3 KB. Okay. So this we could see here. And if I don't write this, and I will show this without bracket. So you will see I will get in this way. I will get the bound method. It is the data frame info total bill. Total is here. This one total switch to here. Total bill. Then tip. This one is tip. Sex male female is here. Smoker. No, yes. Day. Sunday या Saturday Thursday. Time. Dinner या lunch. Okay. Size. This one. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay.
Okay, sir.
And I explained you that I am again writing head. I run this, so I'm getting the head. Total bill, tips, X, smoker, day, time, size. And this I explained you how to get the name of the different data sets. Okay. Visualizing data is one step, and further making the visualized data more pleasing, is another step. We want to make it more prettier than before. And visualization plays a vital role in communicating quantitative insights to an audience to catch their attention. Now, aesthetics means a set of principles concerned with the nature and appreciation of beauty, especially in art. Visualization is an art of representing data in effective and easiest possible way. Okay. Matplotlib library supports customization, but knowing what settings to tweak to achieve the attractive and anticipated plot is what one should be aware to make it use of it. Unlike Matplotlib, Seaborn comes packed with customized themes. Otherwise, in the Matplotlib, you have to write very big syntax, for decorating your graph, theme, background, different colors, borders. But in Seaborn comes packed with customized themes and a high-level interface of customizing and controlling the look of Matplotlib figures. So this both library works side to side, works together. They are not substitute of each other. They are complement of each other. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, sir.
They are not competitor basically. Okay, they are associates. Now let's we see uh, one or two plots I will give you through the define function, and later we will work on the data sets. Okay. So here I am sign plot I am taking flip one, numpy I am using np line space. It is a that the arithmetic progression, and for I in range 1 to 5, I just draw this plot. I want to show the main thing. Here what I have used the matplot, default matplot. If I uh, draw this figure with matplot, so yeah, show you this figure through the matplot, and I have used the sign plot. It is a part of plt plot I have used. So plt is for what? Plt we have taken for matplot. Does that make sense to everyone? So if I am making it with matplot, this plot you look like this. We are not going in this syntax, in this syntax. Okay, we are not going up to here. It's okay. It's we have drawn one function. If I use the Seaborn sn.set, okay, I just remove this because we have taken already imported it, and here the same definition I am using. What I have used here up to here, it's okay. Instead of sign plot, what I am using sn.set I have used before that sign plot. So now you will see if I draw it, everything is same. Okay. So if I also comment this, it will not affect. Okay, because we have already run that. And I run this, you will see there is a background. I will show you both the plots. Are you getting? Because they are not getting in the proper way both the plots, but you see there is a background. If I am using the Seaborn, because sn.set, does that make sense to everyone? Okay. So we have created the plot through the matplotlib and a plt.plot we have used there, but we are displaying, we are adding something, we are adding the themes through the Seaborn. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. And I will show you. I explained here also in the script. The above two figures show the difference in the default matplot, lib and Seaborn plots. The representation of data is same, but the representation style varies in both. Okay, I will explain you. Basically, Seaborn splits the matplotlib parameters into two groups. One is the plot style, second is the plot scale. So, Seaborn figure styles, the interface of manipulating the styles is set underscore style. What does it? Set underscore style. Using this function, you can set the theme of the plot as per the latest updated version. Below are the 5 themes available with the latest version of Seaborn: dark grid, white grid, dark, white, and ticks. So I will explain you one by one. Okay. Same function up to here, no need to write. Only the command is this one. I'm using only 2 lines. This is already the sign plot I have to show. The what I want to show, so I am writing the sign plot. Okay. And this I am only one syntax I am writing. So I am writing Seaborn sn dot set underscore style white grid. So first one is the dark grid. First I show you one by one. We will go. Okay, that is the dark grid. And I run this. So it is a dark grid we have. If I write the white grid, so here is the white grid. Have you got the difference between both? White
Yes,
grid and dark grid.
Yes,
Now I just write the white one. There is no grid, only the white background. Or if I write the dark, if I write text, so what is the difference between? I will show you. First, you see this properly, you catch this in your eyes, and then I write the dark. What is the difference? I again
There
write
is
the
no
text.
axis mark.
There is a boundary, first thing, and these ticks are there. Basically, ticks is the 0 to 4. So you see on the dark, I will show you again. Then you could understand the difference between both. There is no ticks. Ticks is called this line, the small line we put here, that is called a tick. I will show you.
Difference is the outlines.
Huh?
Differences is the outlines. mainly.
Yeah, a tick, which is called the tick. So I will
Ticks,
show you what is tick. This line we drawn here is small. That is called a tick. Does that make sense to everyone? Here there is no tick in the dark. If I use the tick, then you will see I will get the tick. Ticks or tick. So here you see we are getting the ticks. Does that make sense to everyone?
yes, sir.
Okay. So as I explained yesterday, this session is going to be interactive than the matplotlib. Okay. We are we'll see each and every. Here I am using Seaborn as SB. In the subsequent, I have used this SB. I could use the SN also. There is no any rule, but here I have started to write SB. So I have, because it was the different script I had. So I merged the both script. The one script I have used as allies as SB, and the one script I have used as SN. So here I am using as an SB. So SB, the style I am using white, And the dispine I would like to explain you here. So what does it mean by the dispine? So here I have written something. The regular plot we use left and the bottom axis only. And the left and bottom axis. In the regular plot what we see? I explain just a moment. In the regular plot we see only left and bottom axis. Does that make sense to everyone? Or if I am using this boundary like border, so this is called spine. So it is this spine. So I am despining this, these two I am removing, and I will get only this and this. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Using this despine function. So I run this. You see, there is this border and this border is there. No, if I don't use this, I comment this and run this. Look at this now. Now you got the difference between both?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And now we see overriding the elements. So if you want to customize your Seaborn styles, you can pass a dictionary of parameters to the set style function. Parameters available are viewed using axis style function and axis underscore style functions. Okay, Krishna, no problem. So this is the same. Here I have again used SN. So I am taking only up to here command, sorry, and Seaborn as SN. Set underscore style we have used here. White we have. Here I am using dark grade, which I explained with the 5 style we have: dark grade, white grade, dark, white, and ticks. And here what explained I, the parameters available are viewed using axis underscore style. So axis on axis below false. Okay. And I will show you first, then I could explain it. So import Seaborn as SN and SN dot axis style. I just run this first. So you could see here we have the axis styles. The figure face color white, grid color 0.8, and we have the 0.15 text color. So it is in the default style. Okay, we could change it. So axis below false, and I run this. You see this one, dark grid. If we take only the dark grid, if I take here, I take here dark grid, so I could show you the different. This is the dark grid, and look at in the both. Is there any difference?
Yes, sir. White marked in front.
Yeah. Got it?
Sir.
Have you got the difference or not?
Sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, as we have commented the whole function part defines the plot, then how come this axis data is showing?
Please you mute your mic. Axis dot axis below false. So axis dot axis below false means that these grid lines are below that curve, whatever the curve, it is the below the curve, behind the curve. Does that make sense to you? These grids are behind the curve. Here you see the grids are not behind the curve, it is the above the curve. The curves are behind this grid. Does that make sense to you? Axis is now on front. This platform is in front we have, basically. If I use here white, we see what will happen. It will not affect. It will not affect because it is white. If I see the dark grid, we have taken the white grid. If I take, you see, it is on the front. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
This we have here, axis below. Okay. If I write the axis color 0.15, I will just copy this. Okay, just a moment. Okay. So 0.15 or you could change. So it will the little bit difference in the color, but we could not think that it is 5.9. So axis label color we have not mentioned here. Label color we have not mentioned here. Label. So it will not work here. I have not read that the label color. It is about the label color. Okay. The output size of the actual plot is bigger in the size when compared to the above plots. Not due to scaling of images or the web page, you might miss the actual difference in the example plots. Okay. When we save this, then we could see it. Color plays an important role than any other aspect in the visualizations. When used, color effectively adds more value to the plot. A palette means a flat surface on which the painter arranges and mixes color paints. Okay, so palette, we have the palette is a containers of different palettes, different colors. Okay, so we see in the Seaborn how we could make a palette. You know? Building color palette, Seaborn provides a function called color underscore palette, which can be used to give colors to plots and adding more aesthetic value to it. Okay, artistic. Aesthetic means artistic. Seaborn dot color palette, palette equal to none, and color equal to none, deset none. So I will explain it one by one. Palette, the parameters we have, this 1, 2, 3 parameters we have. So the following table lists down the parameter building color palette. So first we see it is a serial number, then palette and description. So I have written in this way, this is the palette and description is here. So n underscore colors, number of colors in the palette. If none, the default will depend how palette is specified. By default value of n colors is the sixth color. Okay. And the D set is what? D set is the proportion of desaturate each color. Okay. And one more parameter is the palette name. You could write. Okay. So I will explain you this. So return refers to the list of GRB tuples. And tuples is there. Following are the readily available seaborne palettes. We have deep, muted, bright, pastel, dark, colorblind. Beside this, one can also generate new palette. We could also generate new palette. It is hard to decide which palette should be used for a given data set without knowing the characteristic of the data. First, you understand the data, then you could select the colors also. It is very important. It is an art. So if you get the experience, you know the characteristic of the data, then you could utilize the color in a proper way. Being aware of it, we will classify the different ways of using color palette type, the qualitative, sequential, and divergent. We have another function, seaborne pale plot. Okay, which deals with color palettes. Pale for the palette, seaborne pale plot. And this function plots the color palette as horizontal array. We will know more regarding seaborne pale palette. It's coming examples. So we will see here. Qualitative colors palette we will see. So here the both library we have to import. We have already imported, and it is the SB. So I will unmute this because previously you have taken SN. So you see, I am using these colors. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors I am getting. Previously it was given us only about 6 colors in default. Now 10 colors we are getting. Okay. So this is for the qualitative data. If I have a category, if you have the categorical data, then you could use these different colors of palettes. Okay. If you have the sequential color palettes, if you want, so I will show you in the sequential color palette how we will use. So this function is same. The current palette I have given the object name. Function is color underscore palette, or because it is the function of seaborne, so I will write the SB dot, and whatever I have given this, I will just write here this current palette, or otherwise I could write the nested command here. How do I write the nested command here? I will write this thing dot color palette here, and I could get it, but it is better to break this and then use it. So it will not confuse you. So the current palette, it is the same I have used here. So I don't have to write this. So I am commenting it. I am only one line code I am making here. Here I have used only the current palette. Here I am using the current palette. Where does that go? SB plot palette, SB color underscore palette, SB color underscore palette. I don't need this thing. I don't need this line here. I have nested that command. As I explained you earlier, we could nested this command here. So I could write it the SB dot, I could write there SB dot color palette just. I don't have to write this one. So in the nesting, I could do the nesting. So here I am nesting that SB dot color palette, and here I am writing this command. I just remove this underscore R. I am writing the rates. This is for the sequential data. If you have the sequential data, sequential arithmetic progression, like, does that make sense to you? If I write the greens, and if I write the underscore R means the reverse. I will flip this palette. You will see. Got it? Similarly, I could do in the red also. I could write the reds underscore R. The dark first, later it will set it. If I remove this, does that make sense to everyone? Okay. So we have so many, what we have to write here. That is the main problem now. Don't worry. You write anything, RDS, and you control enter. Then you will get this error. And here you will get the supported values are this. Does that make sense to everyone? All the combinations has been given here. If I could write, but here these are the two colors. These are the two colors. But when I am using red R, so I will show you the red and the yellow is not there. Reds underscore R. Reds I could use for the sequential data. Okay, and I could use blues also. Anna. So you will try the copper. I could use copper. Okay. So I try to use the copper. What does it give? We see. And we run this. This is the copper. And copper underscore R if I do, then I will get in this way. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you don't worry about that, what it should be. You remove one thing only. You write anything here and you just enter. You will get the error and the last you will get these all things. Does that make sense to you? Okay. So I write here.
We can also press Shift and Tab for this detail, sir.
Yeah.
Can you use Shift Tab?
Shift and tab if you run, but you will not get these all things.
Suggestions will not get the suggestions.
You will not get that thing. You will get the syntax information only. The attributes you will get here.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Okay, sure, sir.
Okay. So that technique we have to use for that. Okay. Now, diverging color palette. Diverging palettes use two different colors. Two different colors. Just like if I say BRBG, underscore R, BUGN. These are the two colors. Okay. Blue and green combination, blue and purple combination. Green and blue combination. Does that make sense to you? You have to use some common sense to understand these color combinations. Okay. So I am using BRBG. You see here is the BRBG. Got it? And I'm using for 10 cells I required for the colors. So no need. Okay. And this also no need. I need only this. Okay. Because this I have already written here. So I don't have need of this whole thing. I just have to SB dot palette plot, tel plot, and this another function I am writing, nesting another function, SB function. It is again SB dot color underscore palette, where I am giving the attribute for two colors, and I want the 10 different sets. Look at this. Does that make sense to everyone? If I do right here underscore R, I will get the green first and the brown later. Does that make sense to everyone? And blue, okay, blue BR is not there. So we could use some more. BUPU we could take. BUGN. We take BRBG, we have taken. BUGN we take. And we run this. Okay. In this way, we could choose the colors I have written also here in this script. You could take from here. We could select from here. I've just copy pasted there from there. And GNBU, BUGN we have taken. And BUPU if we take. Control C. You see. Okay. Red, gray. Red, purple. If I write the PU only here. Okay. So these are all about. Now and there are so many things, there's so many combinations you could do it. Setting a default value. Setting a default color palette, sorry, not the value, color palette. The function color palette has a companion called set underscore palette. Okay, in the color palette, we have a companion. So set palette. So here is a set underscore palette and the set style. Set is underscore style I have explained you for the SB. White, white grid, dark grid, dark and text. Okay. 5 set underscore style. Set palette we have so many style. Set palette we have these all. I could take the tape 20. This same is which I has one. So I will show you this is here. It is here somewhere. Or GH. No, it is not here. It is for that the set underscore palette we have the different style. Okay, it is not there, I think. It is different. Okay. So first I show you, then I will explain you how we get that. Okay. So I just do one mistake and control enter, then I will get this. This we have. Here is we have H, G, then H, HSV, and no, it's the same, I think. Buku, it is the same. And HU, HO, HS, HU is not showing this. Yeah, it is not showing HSU1. Okay. Why it is not showing? First one. So it is a style. We could write some other style from here. Mako. Mako is some other thing. I think that Mako is there. Mako is there. I try this. This is a Mako. Huh? Different colors we are getting here. And the Mako one is more we have, okay, I will explain it. So change, so the palette is used to all plots, and setting the default color arguments. Setting the default color palette, the function color palette has a companion called set palette. It the set palette is for the default, so it will color underscore palette, but the default matplotlib parameters are changed so that the palette is used for all plots. Okay, so it will, if we set this, then it will be used for all plots. So now I will use plotting univariate distribution. Now we see for the different sort of exploratory data analysis, we use the different sort of graphs, the bar plot and the histogram and these all. So here we see the plotting univariate distribution. That is very important, and that is the univariate analysis we do, and where we require the single variable, how we could plot for the single variables. So for the single variables, if it is continuous, we use histogram, we use the density plot also, we use the box plot also. Okay. And for categorical, we use single categorical variable, we use the bar plot, we use the pie chart. Does that make sense to everyone? For the univariate, is there any doubt? Yeah.
Sir, what was the actual equation for that graph, sir? So sine something.
I have given on that. I have given in the, it is on the top. Okay. We're not going in the equation. I just show you the parameters of the plots. Yeah. Distribution of data is the foremost thing that we need to understand while analyzing the data. Here we will see how Seaborn helps us in understanding the univariate distribution of the data. Function dist plot, distribution plot, provides the most convenient way to take a quick look at univariate distribution. Okay, single variable distribution. This function will also plot a histogram that fits the kernel density estimation of the data. So I will explain you what is the KDE, what is the histogram. So I will explain. This is the dist plot I will use. So here we have the usage, the Seaborn. Whatever the Seaborn you could use, we have taken SN, so you could write the SN. We have taken alias SB, so you could write the SB dot dist plot. Does that make sense to everyone? This portion. And the parameters, we have the data, then the bins, especially now histogram bins. If the histogram, then we will use these bins. Hist, Boolean, and the KDE Boolean. These are the basic and important parameters to look into. Histograms we see. Okay. So first we are seeing the histograms. Histogram represent the data distribution of forming bins along with the range of the data, and then drawing bars to show the numbers of observation that fall in each bin. 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 30. These are the bins. In the each bin, how many data falls? How many number of observations falls over there. A Seaborn comes with some data sets, and we have used few data sets in our previous chapter also. है ना, हमने अभी किया हुआ है इसको थोड़ी देर पहले tips वाला. Okay. So now we have learned through the load dataset how to look up the list of the available datasets. I have explained you this thing, so I'm not going to explain it again. I just show you about the iris data. Okay, so I just comment this, and I will show you head of iris data. I'm loading the iris data, which is I explained you earlier how many data are here. So you see here is the iris data. This data set I am taking now. The sn.load underscore data set iris, and name is the df of this data frame, and the df dot head. So you see this. These are there are, you see here also 5 variables we have, and it is the flowers data set, and the species are the Setosa. Last column you see, we have different unique values are there. I will show you 3 categories are here in the species: sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width, and the species. If I show you the info, you will see this. This is the info we have. It is the integer. It is the numeric, I mean say float 64, not integer. Float 64, float 64, float 64. This is the object. Object means the categorical. In the object, I want to show you the unique values. Df dot and unique, or I just write the unique. In unique, in what? In which column I want? I want the column name is. If I show here first that head, I comment this. So we have the species. Just copy this and write here. And I run this. So object attributes unique data from unique. Okay. That is not the pd dot unique. I have to write the pd. I have to use. It may be. It may be. No. Unique and unique. And unique, if I write, suppose I remove this. I'm not using the PD, I'm using the DF. But I have not used the matplotlib here. And, if I write here n unique, and I run this, so I'm getting the n unique. There are 3 categories are there, and n unique. I want to see in the unique, and if I write the species, improvement, and again I am getting this df dot. Data frame object no attribute unique. This df. So if I write the PD, no, it will not show me if I add array data right now. Okay, you see it is not giving me. Why it is not giving me, I don't know. So how many categorical the unique function we use for? In the PD we use it. And just a moment, give me a minute. I will see. Okay, this one I forget to it because sometimes the command of R and this mixed. Okay, this I have to write down df. I have to write down that df species and unique. I think it should work now. So it is giving me an array of the Setosa and versicolor and virginica. These 3 categories are here in the species. Okay, so this is the categorical only, but we will work on the kernel density and the histogram for the float data or the numeric data, continuous data. So I just comment this, and I comment this head also, and I run this. So you see it is my graph petal length distribution plot is for the histogram. KD is false. Kernel density is false here. Okay, we are taking only histograms. If I don't write this, and I run this, I will get the kernel density graph also estimation. Okay. So whenever I want only that our histogram, then we have to write KDE false. Does that make sense to you? Yeah.
So if we write KD equals to true, then or it will give the same.
KD is true in default. KD true in, it is in default true. So we have to write false when we don't want it. So if I run this, what happens?
So syntax error.
Yes. Okay. That was the list is finished here. Na? What? It is a df pattern length. It is the our variable whose histogram we want to create, and this about this. Okay, that is the thing. And kernel density I have explained you. If you want only kernel density, you don't want the histogram, then hist false. You have to write the hist false. So you will get only the kernel density. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
If you don't write here something, you will get both together. If you just write the df, this plot for the df is our data frame, and in the list you have to write the name of the variable whose histogram you want. And if you remove this from here, and if you run this, you will get both. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
now the fitting parametric distribution. So it is, I have explained you the parametric distribution is. Okay. Now plotting bivariate distribution. So univariate we have seen for the continuous data. For the continuous data. Okay. So now we see bivariate. Bar plot and the pie chart I will explain later. Bivariate distribution is used to determine the relation between two variables. This mainly deals with the relationship between two variables and how one variable is behaving with respect to the other, like a scatter plot, correlation between both variables. So the best way to analyze bivariate distribution in Seaborn is by using the joint plot function. Joint plot function. Joint plot creates a multi-panel figure that projects the bivariate relationship between two variables, and also the univariate distribution of each variables to separate axes. So joint plot is another thing. Scatter plot is another thing. Or we could make this both together, just like this kernel density estimation and the histogram we are creating all together. and we could interpret both the things. Here, for the scatter plot is the most convenient way to visualize the distribution where each observation is represented in two-dimensional plot via x-axis and the y-axis. So now I am taking the joint plot first, x and y palette, data df, and the plot show is not required because we have taken the percent matplotlib. You see, what in the joint plot, what we are getting? We are getting this. This is for the palette width histogram, and this is for our petal length histogram. Does that make sense to everyone? Or this is the scatter plot. If I want only scatter plot, then I will write the scatter plot. Okay. So I will explain you this. Only the scatter plot I will get. If I use the joint plot, then I will get this thing. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Now, hex bin plot, hexagonal shapes, things we got here, like which we say the heat map, like that. So joint plot, the function is joint plot again, petal length and the pattern width. Data is df, it is okay. Kind hex, okay. So that is not required. Percent matplotlib we have taken. So you see, it is a hexagonal. Instead of that scatter plot, it is there is the high density. You could see here high density. Wherever it has given wherever low it is the different color. Okay, there is no at this place. No. Does that make sense to you? Kernel density estimation we are taking, so we could write is a kind KDE. This is not required. So it is the kernel density. Here we are getting the KDE. Okay, and here you see in this way we will get this. Okay. Now visualizing pairwise relationship. Datasets under real-time study contain many variables. In such cases, the relation between each and every variable should be analyzed. We have so many variables in a data frame. So we will see the pairwise relationship. We will create so many scatter plot or the histogram all together. Plotting bivariate distribution for n2. N is the number of variables to combinations. With be vary number of variables and two n2 combinations. So n combination 2. Okay. Will be very complex and time-taking process. So to plot multiple pairwise bivariate distribution in a data set, you can use the pair plot. And pair plot is the function here. And this shows the relationship for n combination 2. Suppose we have the 5 variables. Suppose we have the 5 variables. 5 combination 2. So we will get factorial 5, factorial 2, factorial 3. So we will get 5 into 4 by 2. So 10 graphs you will get if we have the 5 variables. Okay. So we see axes in this section. We'll learn what are the axes, their usage, parameters, so on, uses C1 pair plot, and parameters, data, hue, variable in the data to map plot aspects to different colors. Okay. Palette, this is the third variable we use in the data. Palette, set of the colors for mapping the hue value variable, and kind of the plot for the non-identity relationship, scatter, regression, whatever you want. Diagonal kind is the kind of the plot for the diagonal subplots, histogram and the KDE. Accept data All other parameters are optional. These are all optional. There are few other parameters which parent can accept. Can accept. The above mentioned are often used parameters, params. So I am using the style ticks. Ticks, you know that tick mark in the XY axis of the values. And pair plot, DF is my data frame, which is of the iris. And the hue, I am taking the species. According to species, I want the different colors. And the diagonal kind KDE, I am kernel density estimation, kind scatter, palette, hush one. And this is not required. Yes. I run this. It will take little time because there is a stick. So look at this. How many plots we are getting here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 plots. We have got. Okay. Sixteen plots we have got. How many variables we have? 4 variables we have here. 4 variables. One is the categorical. According to categorical, we have taken these colors inside. And all these variables are numeric. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 by 4 combination we have got. 4 by 4. We have the sepal length, and this one is sepal length. So in the sepal length, there will the if you want the scatter plot, it would be a single line, identical line. So here it gives the density. If I write here instead of density hist, and I run this, does that make sense to you? I am getting here histogram instead of that, but it is not useful for me here. It is not worthful. So I will write the KDE, which is very, very good for me. Okay. So it is the sepal length of the our Setosa. Density is high on this value. Here you see the density of this, the normal, versicolor, and third is the Virginica is this one. No, there is some overlapping. We know that. Or this is the this sepal width and sepal length relationship you see in this way according to this species, and the relationship you see. Here also you could see the with the petal length and with petal width. So you could see these all relations. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now we see the plotting categorical data. We have seen how to plot the numeric data, continuous data. When one or both the variables under study are categorical, we use plot like strip plot, swarm plot, etc., box plot, Seaborn provides. So scatter plots, categorical scatter plot we also produce. A strip plot, it is very, very pretty. Strip plot. So strip plot function we have, and the df.shape strip plot we are taking. X-axis we are taking the categorical data on the x-axis, and the y-axis I am taking some numeric data of the petal length. DF and the jitter false. I am not getting the jitter. I will show you what does it. Look at this. We are getting in this way. We could also write the here the, if I remove the jitter false, then you will see it will spread. The points will spread on that place. Got it? But it doesn't look nice. Okay. So I'll show you some more things. I'm using only strip plot. I have shown that. That's the same thing. Now instead of this strip plot, I am using the SOM plot, which is very very pretty, which I explained earlier also. This one is very pretty. So I will show you this one. I just comment this or not essential. So sb.swan plot x species y petal length data df, and I run this. Look, it is better than that. Does that make sense to you? Why these colors are we are getting? Because we have used here dull color. Why we are getting? Because I have used somewhere set style. No, not I have set palette. Okay, what I do, I use some other palette here. Mako, I could use some other also. So I don't write anything and I run this first. Okay, just I use some. We are using that Mako color. Just a moment. This one is good. If I have changed that, the color will change. Everywhere the color will change. So that I have set in default. So if I close this and again run this, so then I will get the default if I don't run that particular shell. So you see, I could change it. I could change for this. I could change some other palettes, whatever I want. So here you see we are getting some different color palettes we could use. Okay, and I will show you this one. Here viewer. This. If I run this now, we are getting different colors. It's better than that. We could change the color palette also here. That function we write here, and we could change the color palette, whatever you want. Distribution of observations we see box plot now. In the box plot we have the sb dot box plot. The same we are doing for. And, I just show you the box plot. So look at this on the box plot. Okay. And the violin plots, we could make the violin plots also. This is for the tips data I am using here. Okay. These are for the tips data: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. X day and the Y total bill. So which day? The Saturday is the high bill amount. The revenue we get the high on the Saturday. Okay. So this is the violin plot. And as per the gender, we are taking the color here. Here, so as per the gender, we are taking the two violin plot together. One for male and the one for female. Male, female, male. We could mix them also, you know, combine them. So what we will do, split true. We will just split true. Here the split is not written. Here the split is true. We will write, and I will show you that. I done this. You see, this is a combined. These are the different, the same thing, but in another way. It looks nice. Okay, and I have some more SN cat plot. I will show you that also. So this is the cat plot. Cat plot is not running. SN as I have written. SB. Find violin split true data tips. What's the problem here? Cat plot. I just this and I done this. Oh, tips is not defined. So I have to define the tips. Data is not tips. Data is DF. We have tips is the name of DF. So I think I will get it. So in this way I could get it. One is this cat plot, or cat plot I have written the violin, or I could write the SB dot violin plot, and this way this syntax I could also use for the same plot, and this also I use for the same plot. We have few more remains, and I will explain this tomorrow because not in hurry. I want to explain each and everything, but it will take little time. The others, every facet grid and everything, this plot I have to run. There are so many plots, not only few. So we have to run this all. It will. So there is a half an hour sessions remains, so it will be complete tomorrow. And tomorrow we will start our next topic, which I explain you here. What we are going to start the P2. This visualization, after visualization, we will start the inferential analysis. Okay, we will start this with preliminary libraries, state models, and the SciPy and the factor analysis in the PC. We will cover this. So we will cover this, or we could use this also, object-oriented programming. So I think the that is important. We cover this first, and then we do this. Okay, then data preparation, the feature engineering. So okay, I think it's okay for today. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we finish it today, and tomorrow we see further. I think it was helpful you to for the visualization in the Python. Seaborn is more interested than Matplotlib.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is very interactive. So we stop here. I will share the video and the study material to then that folder, so you could access that. Okay. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.